Give me a minute here, folks. Just gonna check some settings. There we go. Okay, and we are live. That is good. So I'll close that. I'll keep this open. Hey folks, Jerome Forswood here over in Stanley Park. Let's head out in Vancouver. It's kind of a cool day today. It's around 12 degrees outside. It's overcast, it's gray, so there's not a lot of people out and about yet, but I wanted to get a live stream in at least before it started raining. So, hey, let's go around the city of Vancouver and see what's going on over here in Vancouver. Hey Marcella, nice to see you too. Okay, so let's head on out for a live stream here. And we are currently in Stanley Park, over by the Parks Board building. And that would be the Parks Board there. It's also the headquarters for the Stanley Park, as well as all the other parks that are in the city. There's a nice little pond over here if you've never seen it. It's good to just come out here and check out some things. So sometimes these things are hidden and everyone walks by and no one ever stops to look. Nice little pond. It is starting to rain in some places. So I brought along my trusty umbrella. So we'll follow this path right here. And I'll show you the front entrance to the Parks Board building. Hey Sebastian, nice to see you. Marcella's here too. Right now it's around 2:23 in the afternoon. There's the Parks Board and Recreation front door there. And we're now on Beach Ave, down here in Vancouver. And we'll head on out here. There you go. And we'll keep going. So this is Beach Ave right here. We're in the far west end section right now. This is a mix of condos and residential and a few single family dwelling homes. And on the other side there in the distance, you can see English Bay Beach. And because it's a gray, overcast day, there's not going to be a big sunset today. There's not a lot of people down at English Bay Beach. Oh, if you wanted a 2-bedroom apartment, the Flamingo's got an opening right now. Nice little building here. Show you some of the balconies. And you're right down here, like there's the Seawall path right on over there. So you can even get a view of the Seawall path. Wow. Or a nice view of the interior of the Denman Village here in the West End. You call this area the Denman Village just because it's close to Denman Street. But really it's all part of the West End. There's a few places for rent, or for sale. And there's another vacancy right here. A lot of towers here. Let's head on over here. There's a few really good cherry trees along Pendrell Street here. Hey Jeffrey, nice to see you. Marcella's here, as well as Sebastian. Good to see you as well on the stream. We're just over here in the West End. I was just finishing or wrapping up some videos before the rain, and the rain will be coming soon, so fit in a live stream for you folks as well. And we'll start from less people and we'll move our way to more people. And that's the plan. Like, look at these cherry trees, they're gorgeous. Sure. Jeffrey's like, you can't see me, but I can see you. Okay. Fair enough. Just walking past some of the apartment buildings down here. Of course, if you would live down here, you'd live in or around these cherry trees. Cherry trees. A lot of the trees on this lot are cherry trees, and they're going to bloom at different times. Wow. What screen that is. LOL. Oh, that puts a chuckle on my face, so thanks, man. Look at that cherry tree right there. Absolutely beautiful. And then you got the petals that fall down below on the sidewalk there and color the sidewalk, just like the autumn leaves will do that too. There's one place on West Georgia near West Georgia and Denman, where when the leaves start falling off the trees there, they're all bright and red or magenta, and then the sidewalk's just bright red and magenta. That'd be in the fall. And the cherry leaves, the tree petals do the same thing, but just with cherry tree petal colors. Right now in the spring, because we are now in the spring. It turned spring, I believe, on March the 20th. And today's what, the 22nd? Might be off a day or here or there. I've been working hard on the day job, so. I'll keep walking down Pendrell here. Today, before I left, I started work early. Today was a 4 a.m. day, so I got home a little earlier than if I started a 5 or 6 a.m. day. So when I got home, asked if it was like, can you get some food from the Richmond Public Market? I was like, it's gonna rain today. I need to get a few videos in, a live stream. And he was cool with that, so he was like, I'll grab it. Just gonna head down to the Richmond Public Market or one of the local restaurants over on the west side. He's not quite sure. And pick us up some interesting dinner. He'll probably just pick up something from the west side, to be honest with you. Can't be going to Richmond every day, but I do love that city. So here we are in the Denman Village. Just passing Delaney's coffee. It's right here. And that's next to Bang Bang Sushi and the Frying Pan. And in an hour, you'll be able to come down here and grab the chicken sandwich deal right here from 3 to 5. You get waffle fries on it for $3 more. And I think you can get a pop too if you add $5 more. You pop and waffle fries. But you're gonna have to go down there and inquire yourself to get the most accurate prices. Now over here, we're passing the Bombay Kitchen. Then you got the Celebrities Barbershop, local chain of barbershops in Vancouver, as well as Kim's Farms Market. Cool. Excuse me. Thank you. We'll wait right here. This would be the intersection of Comox and Denman Street, and that'd be Comox heading towards the downtown. It's a long residential strip. Before that, it turns into a downtown strip, or actually it ends over on Thurlow by the hospital. So in the downtown area, but not directly in the downtown. Let's cross the street here. Not in the downtown specific neighborhood. And that's bordered by Burrard Street. Still technically in the West End. The West End's a huge neighborhood here in the downtown core of the city. There's the Denman Place Mall. And that's where local MP for the Liberal Party is. That'd be Hetty Fry. You can like or lump their politics. That's your opinion right there, but just pointing out what's in the neighborhood. And who knows, maybe that'll change in a few months. There is an election. There's a provincial election happening later in the year. It has to happen by October, and then there's a federal election that has to happen by October of 2025. So things may change, you never know. It's the intersection of Denman Street and Nelson. Don't eat squids here. Afternoon, don't eat squid. Jeffrey's here, Sebastian's here, Marcelo's here as well. It's good to see you on the stream as well. Just here on Denman Street. Just finished filming some videos over to Stanley Park. And I realized it was going to rain, so decided to do an early stream today. Just to fit that in, so some folks will have a live stream that they can handle. They can have. And if it does start to rain, I got my handy raincoat. Donnie Squid's like, Hetty must be the longest serving Liberal by now. She is one of them. I would agree with you on that. She has been in office forever. That obviously says some good things. It's interesting how the world is changing, though. If you look on a political map here in this area, the West End, the downtown, on like a Nick Nanos projection, and you see the geographic maps and what they're projecting, this is a area that could go any way whatsoever. There's in the next election. There's some people thinking about voting Liberal, there's some people thinking about voting NDP, and there's even some people thinking about voting Conservative, so very interesting. That's also happening over in my neck of the woods at the Vancouver Quadra. Also in the same situation. So, and definitely interesting. I'll keep walking here on Denman Street. I'll head up Harrow Street over here. We'll just cross Harrow Street first. Yeah, it's our turn, so we can go ahead and cross. So like very, very interesting, this area. From like a cultural, political, and geographic standpoint, this area is very interesting. Also being down and around the Pacific Ocean and the downtown core. And culturally just a hub for bars, clubs, live music, all that type of stuff. Very interesting. I'll head down Harrow Street for a minute or two. Hey, Jefferson, nice to see you. Don't Eat Squid's here, Jeffrey's here, Sebastian's here, and Marcella's here as well. It's good to see you on the stream too. Just walking on Harrow Street here. And this is where you see more of the residential. This would be where you would see the ice rink. And it's also a community center. Well, they're leasing over here too. The Sierra Estates. I have recently seen an uptake over here. In available rental and leasing opportunities. Just walking in and around, you can see those from some of the videos I've posted recently. Just a lot of movement right now. And I think it's just like people making life decisions, whether they want to live here or they want to live somewhere else. Sometimes it's a decision based on affordability, sometimes it's a decision based on geography. So, just interesting. People coming into Vancouver for work and other people leaving Vancouver. We'll head down here. This is Bidwell Street. Sebastian says in Toronto it's snowing really hard. Well, you know what? It's not snowing out here. It's nice. I'm wearing a tank top and a hooded sweatshirt and a hat right now with jeans on. And it's 12 degrees outside. It's gonna rain eventually. It's Vancouver. But yeah. Nothing like Toronto. Actually, I was talking to some people from Toronto today for work. Here's the Aria grocery store. Nice little grocery store in the neighborhood. If you're down here in the West End. And then this place over here actually does a good job for keys and paint and hardware. And down here, nice little tight place, and then Momo Sushi as well is just a really awesome place. Yeah, I was talking to people from Toronto today over the internet. You know, the Zoom system we use, the online collaboration tool. I can't tell you what it is. So Zoom is probably the easiest way to explain it, you know, when you're talking to other people online. This is Robson Street right here. We'll keep walking. But yeah, they were talking about how it's snowing there. And then they turned to me and they're just like, so where are you right now, James? Or Jerome? James is my first name. Jerome's my middle name. That's the one I go by most of the time. They asked me that because that's there. And then they said, so where are you right now? And I'm like, oh, I'm in Vancouver. They're like, you got snow over there? I was like, nope. Not even rain. They're like, wow. So, very cool. Let's keep walking here. Hey John, nice to talk to you too. Just on the stream. Sebastian's here, Jefferson's here, Don't Eat Squid's here, Jeffrey's here, and Marcella's here too, so good to see you on the stream as well. And we're over here at Robson Street. Here is Cardero in Robson Street. Right here. And it looks like it's our turn, so we'll cross. I'll head on over to Nicola. Up here. And we'll turn down Nicola. For a minute or two. Hey Rob, nice to see you here. John's here. Jefferson's here. Don't Eat the Squid's here. Jeffrey's here. Marcella's here. And Sebastian's here as well. So it's good to see you here as well, Rob. There's a few little drops coming down now. Might have to put this camera down for a minute and pull out the trusty umbrella. We'll hold out for a little bit longer. It shouldn't take long to get my umbrella out, if that's a necessity. Let's head down Nicholas Street here for a minute. See some more of that residential area here in the West End. Now all these fancy places, like look at that door there. Look at that entrance there. Nice benches outside for people who want to have a smoke. When you walk around the West End here, you'll often see benches just at the corners here. And that's for the building, for the smokers in the building, or people who are hot in the summertime who want to just kind of sit down for a minute and chill out. Hey Hunter, nice to see you. Rob's here, John's here, Sebastian's here, Jefferson's here, Jeffrey's here, Don't Eat the Squid's here, as well as Marcella. So good to see you as well in the stream. Yeah, I'll keep walking here. And this will be Nicholas Street. This is a historic house here. I'm just starting to learn about it. I can tell you it's a historic house. There's some office space in there, as well as a museum. I think in a building just up the street here. This might be the place that has the business in it. And then over here they have this nice little place right here. It's just called the Barclay Grocery Store, because this is Barclay Street right here. Just wait for this guy to go on through. This is Barclay Street right here. And then this is the Barclay Grocers. With neon sign and everything. Rob's like, I love older historic homes. Yeah? They are pretty cool. I like, and you pass by older historic homes. So yeah, it's nice to see when they're around. It's nice to go on walks in those places too, like tours and stuff. And you are passing by some historic homes right now here. As well as historic apartment buildings. Like, a lot of this area was very, very different in the 60s and the 70s than it is now today. And a lot of the buildings have stayed pretty much the same. And a lot of them are older buildings, built anywhere from the 40s to the 60s. I have a friend down here. Here is, this would be the greenhorn. So just chill out right there, folks. Let me put that camera down for you. Just gonna pull out my umbrella. I'll be opening and closing that probably for the remainder of the walk. That's the greenhorn across the street, the Nicola dry cleaning. And then there's also a little business on the end there that sells cards and other things. So very cool. And let's keep going. But yeah, historic homes, historic buildings, it's all cool. Oh wow, this place is going down. Look at this right here. Place across the street. Let me fix this up for you. There's the development application here at Nicola and Nelson Street. And it looks like they're going to add another part to the building. And they're going to increase the floor space to 50 square feet. Cool. This building's going to change. Very interesting. Looks like they're going to put some basement units in. You don't always see a development report for that. Usually it's more a report, hey, we're going to tear this building down and build a nice big condo. So, quite interesting there. Let's keep going. That's fire hall number 6 right there. Yeah, at least you get the sound of raindrops too. So you get the whole Vancouver experience now. Raindrops falling on the umbrella that's in front of us here. Or over top of us. Looks like they're building a tower right here. That'd be interesting. It won't be out of place though. Lots of different towers around here. I have a friend who lives down in this area in one of these apartment buildings. And we were all having a talk about it back in the day. We were just like, oh, you know, when do you think this building was built? Some people said the 70s, some people said the 80s. And then we checked online, and there's a site with historic records. And the building was built in like 1954. And we're like, wow, this is an old building. So, these things are not new. In any way, shape, or form. And apparently you can tell because they got the stucco walls and stuff like that. Here's Pendrell Street right here. Hear the squeaking from the umbrella. You gotta do what you gotta do to keep yourself dry. Let's pop out over on Davie Street here. This is Pendrell Street here. We're gonna cross on Nicola. And this is the Nicola pedestrian walkway. Then we'll be over on Davie Street in one block. I'll head on back up and see some more people. Oh, this building's over here is under a court-ordered sale. Oh, wow. There's the entrance right there. Yeah, it just looks like a standard building. There you can see the windows. Court-ordered sale. Sign of the times. They couldn't pay their bills. And I'm not blaming them. Things are tough right now. I just passed an entire apartment building with a court-ordered sale. Wow. It's like the landlords who own the buildings can't even pay. Oh, wow. Apparently there's a few more of those around the city too. The sign of the times. Hot goss. Down on the WalkTube channel here in Vancouver Live. Hot goss. Just climbing up the Bryleton Street here. Phonetically pronounced Broughton, but pronounced locally as Bryleton. And we're across Bryleton. And we'll continue on Davie. And we'll turn here at Jarvis. And maybe actually we'll walk to Thurlow or Butte and then turn on one of those streets. Maybe a few more people to look at. There goes the number 6 bus. And there's Al Chili, Mexican snacks and pastries. And that used to be Barbarella, and now it's the Grand Barber Shop. There's a tattoo studio in there too. And then there's the Indian cuisine. And they all have good ratings. So that's something you're looking for. And at least tell you they got good ratings. Just passing the local Matchstick. Matchstick's now selling Cardam's donuts too. So that's a bonus. If you're a Cardam's donut fan. Cardam's primarily competes against Lee's here in town. Way better donuts than Tim Hortons. Not putting down Tim Hortons donuts though, they're pretty good too. These ones are just a little bit better. So across Jarvis Street here. Like the craft donuts. The craft donuts of Vancouver. I'd probably be walking without an umbrella if I didn't have a gimbal and camera in my hand. It's not raining that hard, but just enough to have the camera up. Or the umbrella over the camera. Hey, let's keep walking here. Some local kids. Probably just finished class. It's a Friday. I hope they're enjoying the Friday. We'll turn here. This is Thurlow Street here. So we'll cross the street first. So this would be the intersection. Actually, this is Butte Street, sorry. This is Butte Street, because that's Jim Deva Plaza across the street there. That's where they have some special events when they're here in the Davie Village. Not all of the special events happen here. There's a lot of bars and restaurants that'll also host events. We'll cross here and then we'll head on up Butte Street over to Robson. And head back into that residential area. Exploring a little bit more of the West End. Over here we're passing the Fresco Coffee Shop. Very popular place for locals in the neighborhood. And they have lots and lots of space to sit down and just work. Which is nice. Just slipped on a mango. There's literally an open mango on the street. Wow. I'm fine. Gotta watch how you're going here. Again, a good reason to wear closed-toed shoes. I think we're good for now. For the rain. So give me a minute to switch my arms for you. Sorry. Oh, give that arm a rest. There you go. Get you a nicer view. Just slightly. There's a lot. Just passing some heritage homes right now in the area. And like Vancouver used to be a really colorful place, apparently, back in the day. If you look at these heritage homes here, you can see the colored banister there and the bright colors, even if they're muted, like that off-white yellow, a lot more colorful than you would see than just like a gray, you know? There are brightly colored doors and stuff like that too. And then over time, they had all these other gray buildings and stuff like that. Came in a little later, so it's interesting when you get to walking around here. Well, you can see it's starting to get a little busier by Vancouver standards. Let's change arms here. Back to the good arm that has a little bit better control. I wonder if the kids are even in school today. We're passing the school right now. And it looks like they're not even in school. Maybe they had PA day. Cool. That's probably why they're out. That would make sense. And they'll get off, I believe, the Friday next week as well. So that's the statutory holiday. It's technically supposed to be for Easter Monday, because a lot of the statutory holidays are still built up around Christian holidays, but at places like my day job where I work, if you have another holiday that you celebrate, you can get that day off. You just gotta let them know. So then you can take that day off as a paid holiday, and you still get your statutory holidays. Which is nice, especially for people when they have special events like Eid and stuff like that, and they can get that time off for time off to hang out with family. And Eid's a tough one because the date changes, because it's based on a Asian lunar calendar. Let's keep walking here. And Asian being the Desi population, as well as the other Muslim communities around the neighborhood. And the one I'm most familiar with, Eid, is for Bangladesh. That's where my partners are originally from, my husband. And that's when we celebrate that day. I don't take the day off, but he has in the past, because he's had some great work conditions. Let's keep walking here. And this would be the Butte Street pedestrian walkway. You can see the silhouette of the mountain in the background. They aren't totally clear today. They have this nice little haze of a cloud over them. I can only assume that it's a little warmer in the mountains now too. They'll retain their snow peaks for a while, but there's probably a melt starting in the lower parts of the mountain, making a lot of moisture, both in the mountain area as well as surrounding community, because it's really humid today too. That's the thing in Vancouver. You got to remember is that it's a humid area, so you'll have this nice blanket of warmth that will just cover your body as well when you're walking around. So like it's 12 degrees outside right now, but the humidity just makes it that much warmer. And we're coming down on Butte Street here to the Butte Street Pop-Up Plaza, right next to Brecca Bakery, or Brecca Bakery, however you choose to pronounce it. There's two ways people pronounce it. I'm just pronouncing both just in case anyone says it to you. Oh wow, it's busy out here. There's the intersection of Robson Street and Butte Street. We'll cross the street in a minute here. So I'm just gonna keep talking right now while we have that music, and just move a little bit away from that speaker. There's a barrier in front of me right now, so I'm good. So sometimes you just gotta look out for those things. It looks like they got a little office music playing for the charitable donation folks in there. Just keeping themselves busy while they work hard. They don't really ask you. They know better. I'm not going to talk to them and sign up for anything. But, like, respect for the hard work they do. And they get charitable donations for the different organizations that they work for. And they'll work for several different organizations on hire. And then stand on the street and get those donations for a slew of different causes. Sometimes the environment, sometimes it's to help homeless people, lots of different reasons. Cancer treatment, a lot of different things. Oh, we'll walk on Roslyn Street here. A lot of people out today, wow. This just shows you that a little bit of rain ain't gonna stop Vancouver. We just do things like bring umbrellas or not care if we get wet. That's just how we roll. I don't really care if I get wet, but you gotta cover up the camera. Sometimes when it starts raining. Camera doesn't like it when it gets wet. It stops working. Whoa, who would have thought? There's Creative Eye Care, Spicy 6 Fine Indian Cuisine in Wilfred. So is the local artisan. Giant artisan. And then there's a burger place above that called Red Robin. So when you're down here, it's good to look at see what is also out here. And not just down on the ground level, but also above. Sometimes it's apartments, sometimes it's actual restaurants and businesses that you may want to go to. Over here, it's apartments that are above the Starbucks. And we're going to cross Thurlow Street. And we'll head down Thurlow Street. Passing Susie Yam. And over here is where you see your Prada. And your Balenciaga. And here's your Saint Laurent. You know, stores, folks in them. Nice clothes. There's the door to the Prada. Nice little bags. There's Balenciaga across the street there. Just wait across. This will be the intersection of Thurlow and Alberni. Over there's the Rolex store, there's Burberry, all those types of things. There we go, that's a little bit easier for me. This would be Thurlow Street in West Georgia. And It's our turn, so we'll cross. Just passing the Arthur Erickson place. Fix the camera. There we go. I'll continue on Thurlow Street here. This is Melville Street. I'll turn on to Melville Street. Over here by the Royal Center. This is an office building and a mall down here. Not a big mall, more like a food court and a few shops. That's what makes up the Royal Center. This is where Melville Street turns into Dunsmuir Street. On this side, this is Dunsmuir Street now. This is where Dunsmuir starts. And then over here, this is where Melville terminates. Continues through there, past the Royal Center, then ends. And unlike Toronto right now, that's having snow, that Sebastian was talking about, over here in Vancouver, we have cherry tree season. It is cherry tree season down here. This would be over by Burrard Station, if you need to know where it's located. And these trees right now are in full bloom. Absolutely beautiful. I put a short up yesterday on YouTube Shorts, as well as on TikTok, showing off this beauty. Look at this right here. Twice, Miss Ammo, J-Line. I'll just call you twice. It's the easiest for you. Nice to see you. Yeah, Toronto's my old hometown. Toronto's awesome. But we're in Vancouver right now, so might as well do as the Vancouverites do. Just look at those epic cherry trees here. Look at all the people down here just to enjoy them too. So the best way to film these things right now is actually to start down there. Okay? And then come on up the stairs, filming it, and getting the trees underneath. And it looks like you only have a couple more days before they turn green here. So if you want to come down here, it's there. It's like that. Oh, you love that thing. Oh, okay. BTS, so cool. Okay. I'm not aware of that, so I can check that out on YouTube. See if that's a YouTube channel in the future. Yeah, this is over at Burrard Station. Over here, this is the Mr. Shawarma truck. And they have a few different trucks in the area. Usually one over at Granville Station 2, and sometimes one over in Robson Square. A very popular food cart in the neighborhood. And we're walking along Burrard Street now. Let's cross the street here. This would be Burrard and Dunsmuir Street. Oh, look at all the people coming out of Burrard Station. Wow. Looks like it's our turn so we can cross. The local cactus club in the neighborhood. Nice little bar and cafe. It does both. Oh, you like Mr. Beast too? Very nice. The Beebs. Joyce is talking about the Beebs. Isn't the guy who sung this song in Coke Studios for PJ Hut, wasn't he like a Justin Bieber impersonator back in the day? You can check that out. I think that's like Coke Studio Pakistan. That was absolutely awesome, the song PJ Hut. You just gotta put on the translations if you don't understand the language they speak over there in Pakistan. I think it's Pakistani. It's the intersection of Hornby and Dunsmuir. Well, if you like Starbucks, you come to the right place. Vancouver is full of Starbucks, but I would actually prefer another restaurant, another cafe shop before Starbucks. To be honest with you, I'd rather go Blends, Waves, or Trees myself here in Vancouver. Some of the local trains do so much better than Starbucks. When in a pinch, it does good. Like if I'm in another city or in an airport and Starbucks is available, that's an option that I would definitely choose. I'll keep walking here. And we're approaching Howe Street. And we can cross Howe Street. Sorry, hold on. I'm managing a camera and walking across streets with dangerous driving. So my apology, I'm not really reading the stream right now. We'll keep going on Dunsmuir Street here. Scaffolding. Scaffolding, I remember in Toronto, there's no street that goes unobstructed, as Ken would say from the Ken Continuum. Another YouTuber, you can check out Ken's channel. He jumps on my streams every once in a blue moon. So Ken's definitely the place to check out if you want to see the Toronto scene. And we'll head on up Granville Street now. Oh, we can cross the street first. This side will be a little more interesting. We'll cross the street and we'll head on up. Look at that. A flood of people on Granville Street. It's a classic shot right here of Vancouver. Unfortunately, next to the Judith and Charles here, which is the shop that's right on over here. Okay. Several of these other shops have closed down recently, so this guy over here, he's doing tours. They do a really good job, so just check online if you're interested in going on a walking tour. They're pretty awesome. Those people are so lucky. They're going to get some really good entertainment there. And the good thing about this, even though the store is closed down, it's very unfortunate the store is closed down, but they're renovating. So wow, there's an escalator in here. This place is bigger than I thought, and it's shut down. Oh man. Oh, the pigeons. The pigeons. Da, da, da. Look at that wild gang of pigeons there. There's a black and a white one. It stands out from the rest. Here's the other Mr. Shawarma truck. Right here. These guys work hard, so spend money here if you're in the neighborhood and you got a hankering for a shawarma. Let's keep going. Let's get back to the people. Oh, Twice, have a good evening too. Sorry, man. I was just balancing everything right now. And good to see you on the stream. Used to know graffiti artists from back in the day who used the tag Twice. They did like legal graffiti, like murals and stuff like that. They're really good. It's back in Toronto. Yeah, if you want to support the channel, you can support the channel by hitting the $sign anytime during the live stream, and you can send me a super chat or a super thanks. And I also take Interact e-transfers through my email address, jforster@gmail.com. And of course, if you're watching the recording, you can also hit the heart sign on the YouTube panel and send me a super thanks, and that's some ways you can support the channel. But the most important way to support the channel is hit that like button. So, if you haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button and help shoot the video out to way more people. Let's head on over to Robson Square. See what's up here. Down on this side of town now. Take us through some of the more busy areas. It's like you can see the sky is just about ready to just break and pour, but it's not quite there yet. And you can feel it on your skin too. The wind's picking up. Oh, you're welcome, Twice. Let's keep walking here. Just a little pack. It does get crowded down here. Like if there's a festival on the street, this will be like people to people, shoulder to shoulder. But I would say like the most busiest festival I've experienced in Vancouver, there's two of them. There is first one, it's really busy, is Italian Fest over on Commercial Drive. And I was actually over there yesterday just filming some videos, so if you saw me in the neighborhood, that's where I was. And I was also over in Greektown during the Greektown Festival. And I think that's called the Greek on Broadway or something like that festival. That place was busy too. Yeah, we're over by Pacific Center twice. There's one of the entrances right there. CF Pacific Center. The local mall, yeah. Great little place. Ah, there's one of our local buskers. Oh, I gotta wait. I'm just carrying a camera. I can't cross against the light when I'm carrying a camera. It's just too much to balance right now. This would be the intersection of Granville and Robson Street. You can keep putting that in there. I have no idea what that is twice, so sorry, man. That's not gonna help me out. You can see the old Orpheum sign there. No. I'm not a puppet, man. Let's keep walking here. Just give me a sec, folks. Just gotta check some of my Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was crazy. There's like a little glitch that I had to deal with there. That happens. Just gets so busy sometimes. You just gotta make sure your connection's all good and everything like that. There's different ways this mobile live streamers can improve our connections. You can band channels together too. Johnny Strides will do that a lot, and Action Kid will do that a lot, especially in busier areas like, and this would be Howe in Robson Street. Especially in busier areas of Toronto. I'll include the increase this channel strength, whether you connect to another hotspot or Wi-Fi. But it's not perfect. Well, they're selling their donuts, working their wares, doing their thing. I think there's other causes than the downtown east side that we can give to. Downtown east side gets a lot of money. They are in need, but there's other places across Vancouver and other people that need it too. There's not just people that need it in the downtown east side. That's just my opinion. My 2 cents. This would be Robson Street here. Robson and Hornby. Over by the Vancouver Art Gallery. Yeah, I got like a drop or two on me, but it hasn't started raining yet. It hasn't broken out yet. It'll definitely be heavier later tonight. Oh, there's another drop. It might be coming back. We'll walk down Robson Street here, and then I can stop over at one of the bus stops on Burrard Street. Catch number 2 back home. Oh wow, look at that. Here's the intersection of Burrard and Rawson. Just trying to make sure someone is okay. They just slipped. Gonna happen here even on the dry days. You got slippery, like a nice thin layer of dirt that covers everything over. It does make it a little slick from time to time on the sidewalks. Typical city street grease. Let's head down Burrard Street. Maybe I'll head on over. See some folks on over here. This is Burrard Street. Just passing Rosemary Brown Lane. This is Boulevard Kitchen and Oyster Bar that we're walking past. Over here by the Sutton Place Hotel. There's the Sutton Place right there. There's the entrance. And you got some, wow, these trees are really blooming. Their leaves are starting to show, but their petals haven't fallen off of the bushes yet. Look at that. I'll turn around and take a look in a sec. On the other side. And there's like this nice little Sutton Place wine merchant. They do a really good job. They got beer and spirits in there too. Look at those. They're quite green, but they are also just bursting. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's keep walking here on Burrard. There's our local Japa Dog truck down here. And it's always down here at this intersection. So if you want Japa Dog, Smythe and Burrard is one location you can check out. This would be the intersection of Smythe and Burrard Street. And there's the Ballyhoo Bar across the street. There's a yoga studio above it too. If you're a member of Y Yoga, I think that you can use the same membership at different locations. So that's available here. John Burke's like pretty trees. Yeah, it's a lot different than like the cherry trees over here in Vancouver compared to back in Toronto. There's cherry trees all over the place in Vancouver, and you just gotta stop anywhere you see one of the either pinks or magentas or whites, and you just kind of stop and you look and you're like, this is beautiful. And it's here just earlier than Toronto for about a little longer than the Toronto season, because we have three different varieties of cherry trees. They all bloom at different times, but there's always a special time. It's like spring is here. That's what cherry trees represent to Canadians. And then over in Toronto, you get like 2 weeks of cherry trees. So it made it even more special in Toronto, but it's pretty well loved over here too in Vancouver. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you can hit the $sign during any of the live streams on the YouTube channel. And you can send me a super thanks, or a super sticker, or a super chat, sorry. If you're watching the recording, you can hit the heart sign and send me a super thanks. And I also take donations through Interact e-Transfer to my email address, jforcewood@gmail.com. So those are all ways that you can support the channel monetarily. But most importantly, hit that like button. I'll shoot both the live stream and the recording out to more people. And that's how the algorithm works. So that like button really helps out. And all those likes that I usually get, they're greatly appreciated. There's a Sheridan across the street. It's also called the Wall Center. So Sheridan, Vancouver Wall Center. There's a hotel in there and a convention space too. So giant complex. And giant complex. But yeah, hitting that like button is great. And if you're part of that 69% of people that are frequent viewers but haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't cost anything. And you'll get email notifications when I've started my live streams. I don't tend to schedule them because I'm just not good at following schedules. So that's just how it is with me. Also, it's weather dependent. Like right now, we're out before the rain. Otherwise, they go much later on a Friday. This is Comox and Burrard Street. There again is part of the Wall Center for you. Just waiting for the light to change here. There we go. We're over by the hospital. And this would be the St. Paul's Hospital. They do have an addictions ward in here. So sometimes you'll see people who are wrestling with their addictions. If they're over here, usually they're trying to deal with it though, so. And you'll always see ambulances and stuff out in front of here at St. Paul's. And it's also just a regular hospital as well, so. It's got the whole 9 yards here. People who have addictions need hospitals as well. They're human beings. They deserve help. There's the entrance to St. Paul's Hospital. Not sure if there's a mask requirement in there or not, so if you do have to go to the hospital, of course, if they ask you to wear a mask, just put it on. It'll protect the people in there if they're asking you to do it. Hey? Well, if they don't tell you to wear a mask, well, I guess that's your choice then. I was sick a couple of weeks ago. I wore a mask on the bus. It actually helped me because I was sick too, so I wasn't getting any other people infected, and I wasn't getting anything else in me because of that. But that's really the only time I wear a mask now. A lot like you'd see over in Asian cultures. The masks are very common. It's usually you wear it if you got a cold so you don't get other people sick. New phenomenon over here for North Americans. Let's head on over to Jim Devil Plaza. We'll finish up over there. Now it looks like this side's a little busier, so we'll walk down this side. I can't pronounce your name because it looks like it's written in Korea, but welcome to the stream. And this lovely individual saying, have you ever seen the sinking Titanic in the USA or Canada? No. No. Here's the Fountainhead pub. This place will be busy tonight. It usually gets busy like later though. We're talking JV Village time. Talking anywhere from 10 or 11 p.m. at night. Across the street, that's Numbers. That place isn't even open yet. And it'll get busy around midnight. And that's what you gotta deal with when you're in the neighborhood. Nights get started a little later. But you can see how busy it is even now. Vancouver, busy by Vancouver standards. Again, Toronto, 4 million people. And I'm rounding up a bit. Vancouver, 675,000. Much smaller big city. We're the big city on the west coast, but we're not the biggest city in Canada. So I can pass the Home Hardware here. Oh yeah, really busy over here. Some people chilling out in a mocha. Local cafe. Nice little place. I'd still rather go to the Blends down the street. But that's just my preference, and everyone has their own preference. Twice was just talking about Starbucks, we're just passing it by right now, so hey, what can you say? And this would be the intersection of Thurlow Street and Davie. Oh, across the street here. So, and over at the plaza. So this would be Davie and Thurlow Street again for you. So yeah, if you're ever in the area, come on down like late at night here. On like a Friday night like tonight, or a Saturday night. Super busy. Super busy. A little less busy when it's raining, and it will be raining tonight just because it does scare a few people away, but not a lot. And that's just because this is also like the club scene over here. You also have the Celebrities Club that closer, that's right next to the gas station, just to the south of us, behind us. All these barber shops do a great job. I settled on Celebrities myself, but I can attest they all do a good job. I see friends get haircuts in some of these places. They come out, I'm like, where do you get your haircut done? Oh, okay. And that's how I found Celebrities in the first place. A few friends had really good haircuts. The first Celebrities I walked into, Celebrities barbershop, was on Denman Street. And I came to the one on Davie Street just because it's closer to my bus stop. So I do pay $1 more on the Davie Street one. They just have a little more overhead to deal with. They're a little busier. Over here tonight, this is Moxie's. There's the sign right there for you. Moxie's. They're gonna have RuPaul's Drag Race on. So if that's your jam, I know it's not everyone's jam, but some people it's their jam. That place gets busy during that. And they have half-price tequilas, so they must sell a lot of tequila. Try to do a viewing party. And then over here, this is the men's club in the area. This would be the Pump Jack. And this is also So that's where all the Pump Jack and all the bears go. Awesome place to go. Fun time in there too.
Shit, version actions swing on TikTok. Bro, that shit's so funny.
Somebody talking about TikTok. I put a nice little TikTok up recently. Go back and check my TikTok. That's jforestwood@gmail. Or jforestwood. It's at jforestwood. That's my TikTok. That's also my Instagram. Oh, here we are in Gin Devil Plaza. I'm gonna wrap it up over here. So thanks folks for coming out today. If you want to support the channel, hit the $sign during any of the live streams. You can send me a super sticker or a super chat, and if you're watching the recording, you can hit the heart sign and send me a super thanks. And I also take Interact donations through e-transfer, Interact e-transfer, through my email address, jforestwood@gmail.com. And of course, hit that like button. And yeah, that like button really helps push out the video and the channel to more people. So thanks again for coming along. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Good to see you too.
Hi.
Hey.
We love Vancouver.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Talk to you later. Very cool. And that's Vancouver for you. The people are awesome. So, you know, support the channel. Thanks for coming along today. Hit that like button. Talk to you later. Do 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 do.